go ahead and start. That's me. Well, good morning, Rotarians and friends. It's a gray day up here in Trinidad. I am working remotely from my dad's place, and happy to have a long anniversary weekend this weekend with my 28-year wife, Elizabeth. So that's where my mind is today. We are going to open this meeting with of sorts. And, and last week I actually missed his induction. And I got to say, it's the best possible reason ever. As explained, he was called into an emergency at work to work a vaccine, or what was it about? Wow.
Wow.
So
people?
Of all the reasons, man, you had a great one. Thanks for doing that. But we're glad to have you here today too. I'd like to go ahead and introduce visiting Rotarians. I know we have Hyder Regina on the call from Southwest Eureka, and he'll have a special announcement for us in a little bit this morning. And with my apologies, I'm going to ask for your help. Any other visiting Rotarians on the call today? None seen. Any guests of Rotarians? Holly, I see you there. Say hello. Won't be a guest for much longer. I would like to turn this over to you to conduct our formal and unfortunately remote induction ceremony for Ken.
Here, Ian. We're here again this week, and Kenneth, I'm so excited to bring you on as a new member. So fellow Rotarians, it's my privilege and pleasure today to conduct an induction ceremony to bring in our newest member to our club. Ken Pocasangre was proposed for membership by Ian Schatz. This proposal has been reviewed by the membership committee in accordance with our club constitution and bylaws, and his name has been circulated, and his application for membership has been approved. Woohoo! Rotary is defined as a volunteer organization of business and professional leaders united worldwide to provide humanitarian service and help build goodwill and peace. Club members meet weekly to plan service projects, discuss community and international issues, and enjoy fellowship. Clubs are non-religious, non-political, open to individuals of diverse backgrounds. Rotary encourages high ethical standards in all vocations while striving to live and work by the four-way test. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill, better friendships, and will be beneficial to all? Can we now proceed to admit you into the membership into the Rotary Club of RCAS? We welcome you both to the friendship of Rotary throughout the world, the ideal of Rotary's service, which is why our motto is service above self. And the object of this club and all Rotary clubs is to encourage and foster this ideal as a basis of worthy enterprise, and you are to share in this effort. And you've been approved for membership in this club because we believe you to be a worthy representative of your vocation, are interested in the ideals of Rotary, and willing to do your share in translating these ideals into action. You've agreed to accept the obligations of membership in this club as people of action and to obey our club's constitution and bylaws. Ian, your sponsor, will be delivering your Rotary pin, which is the emblem of the Rotary wheel, which we hope you will wear with pride of being a Rotarian, but also with the humility of service. And at this time, looks like Ian has it up. We're presenting you with your red badge, which is the symbol of a new club member. As a new member, there's a path you'll follow as you achieve your blue badge status. And I know you'll achieve this in a timely manner. The new member packet, which I will email here in just a moment, contains information for you about our Rotary Club and about Rotary International. You'll have many questions in the coming weeks, and I encourage you to seek the answers from your sponsor. Your mentor is Craig Newman, members of the membership committee, our president, or any club member for that matter. It is my pleasure, on behalf of the board of directors and the entire club membership, to welcome you to the Rotary Club of RCAS Sunrise. Happy present newest Rotarian in the world, but not newest, Cassandra. And since this induction ceremony is being conducted via Zoom, and we normally this time for our Kenneth, I don't know if you can share.
I chose Rotary because I love to stay busy and make a difference in the community. Whether people acknowledge it, the symbol of Rotary anywhere, it just shows that we're working behind the scenes to just keep everyone as happy as possible. And also, I just love Arcata so much. Ever since the first day I came here 8 years ago on my recruiting trip to Oklahoma State, I fell in love with Arcata, and it was love at first sight being in Arcata, and this is the perfect club to be in. And I want to continue doing that for many and many more years to come.
Yay. Well, I'm so excited. I feel the same way. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us, Ken. I have, when Ken reached out to ask about a club, for me, it was an instant yes, please, because I've seen Ken as active in our Rotaract and in our community from afar for many, many years. And I happened to meet up with him at a youth exchange gathering down in Fortuna at a friend's house. And man, just the energy when you're talking with Ken is clear that he's enthusiastic and dedicated to the things he does. And, just before he even was inducted in the club, he showed up at our yard sale fundraiser and dove right in and helped out. And so I know, Ken, you're going to be awesome in this, as you have been already, and all the other Rotaract related roles that you've participated in. So thank you for choosing us. We're very happy to have you.
Thank you.
Up next, we've got visiting Rotarian Hyder Gina, and who happens to also be in a very important, very busy district role as the chairperson for the district youth exchange program. And he's been working hard and for quite a while now on a fundraiser. And I'd like to have him tell us about why and what we're doing here.
Thank you very much, Ian. I've had the distinction of being chair for Youth Exchange that hasn't sent a kid outbound yet, thanks to COVID and all it's done to us. However, we're keeping the program and we're fine-tuning it. We're keeping it in front of everybody. We're fine-tuning it to make sure the process is simpler, easier, and we're also trying to bring the costs down to the clubs and especially to the kids. And the district's been helping us, and we came up with the idea for a golf tournament fundraiser about a year ago, or almost 2 years ago, as a fundraiser to boost the program financially, to bring the cost down to the kids and the clubs. So we have a golf tournament coming up on September 25th. We're going to be observing all of COVID guidelines that the county has. We have people coming up all the way down from Petaluma to play and participate and volunteer and have good times. So you can support us through participating as a golfer, register to come and have good times, play a round of golf at a premier golf course up here in Northern California. You can support us by sponsoring. You can support us by buying raffle tickets, and can support us with your talent if you want to come and help us with registration and things like that as well. Very much appreciate the opportunity to talk about this. We're planning on bringing the program back up and running. We're starting the search process right now for youth as your YEOs. And I guess you're collaborating with the McKinleyville and Arcata as well, which is an excellent way to pool resources. And we hope to be able to send kids out this summer coming up in 2022. Anybody have any questions?
Hyder, I have a quick question.
Yeah.
Would you accept? I'd like to dedicate a $250 level sponsor. I believe that was for a whole sponsor out
Yes.
of my club's discretionary presidential fund. You know, youth
Thank
exchange
you.
is near and dear to my heart, and I'm really strong that this to bring the cause, students, the family, and financial support to be able to do this. You know, Fundraiser can do, but they've got to have having these funds available to students that couldn't otherwise do it is hugely important. So thank you for organizing this.
Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you for giving me the time to talk about it and let everybody know what's going on. Thanks, Ian.
Absolutely.
And thank you, Rotary Club of Arcata Sunrise, for sponsoring a whole. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Any other questions or concerns for our comments for Hyder? All right.
Thank you, folks.
See, Carol, are you on the call this morning?
Yes, I am.
Awesome. Tell us about what's going on tomorrow.
All right, it's that time again. If you are like Kenneth and you're a Rotarian who wants to keep busy doing good things out in the world, this is a really easy way to come out tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. And it's out in Manila at the Humboldt Coastal Nature Center. We meet there. That's that little house that looks buried in the dunes off of Stamps Lane. Get there, get your vest, get your helmet, get your picker, and go out with a partner, and we clean up a stretch of Highway 255. It's very straightforward and satisfying. The more people we get, the quicker it goes. I know that we, maybe this is a little spur of the moment. Some of you are like, I didn't know this, and you're gonna check to see if you could make the time to do this. So if you think that you are up for checking in, coming out, seeing if this will fit into your schedule, you can hit the farmer's market afterwards or before. We really need your help out there. So maybe you could, in the chat, let me know if you're like, I'm gonna make it, or I'm gonna see if I can make it. I'd appreciate that. We need to have pairs for safety reasons, and it's part of our responsibility in cleaning up the highway and keeping it beautiful out there. So, oh yes, I see some people. I'll be there. I'll be there. Thanks, Amanda, Sophie, and maybe some of you will check in and see if you could make it. So we'll see you tomorrow morning. Those of you who can make it to the Nature Center.
Thanks for keeping this going every month, Carol. It's really important. You know, makes a difference. You visibly, instantly after we've been there, you can see the difference driving through there. And you know, it's given the times, it's very nice to have a club activity that can be safely done outdoors, mostly at a distance from each other. So this is one of those things. You know,
One of those things.
We do what we can when we can, and this is one of them that we can.
Yeah.
So thank you.
All right, thanks everybody. See you tomorrow.
I have a bunch of recognitions that I've been kind of accumulating for a few weeks here, and I'm not going to be able to fit them all in. Joyce gave me a few more last night, but we'll do what we can here. First of all, you know, this is near and dear to Charlie's own heart and family, and we see several of our Rotarians here showing up. So Charlie and Romy and Ken and excuse me, Charlie, if you'd like to say a couple words about your experience with this race.
So this was the 8th annual race, remembering Kevin and honoring him. We expected about 60, maybe 70 people to show up. We ended up with over 160 signing up, and over 130 showed up, which was just amazing. And everybody practiced safe distancing, and it was very wonderful and very heartfelt. And as you can see, these are our Rotarian runners, and I didn't run this year. I handed out dog tags and just a little recognition for everybody that completed it. And yeah, it was a tough run. So anybody that did it was definitely earned that. And we really appreciate it. This year, the funds that we raised went to the dunes and to support that. So yeah, we were very, very happy about that. And we know Kevin would have liked that as well. So thank you all that supported, really appreciated that.
Ken, I understand you received special placement of some kind through your efforts.
Placement.
Ken, how did you fare in this race? I know you're quite the runner.
So I didn't run, but Romy did really well.
Romy did. Tell us about it, Romy.
Tell us, yes.
No. Ken, how did you do in the race?
It was one of the most difficult races I've done in the last 5 years. And this race practically defines Kevin as a human being who took the sacrifice to go abroad, and his lifestyle shows how much he loved this community. And this course was pure toughness. Like if I were to grade it at a 10, it would be a 10. These hills were not forgiving at all. And I think the only reason I had an advantage was because I've been running in these hills for the last 8 years. Otherwise, the female who finished right behind me would have easily had taken over the race, but I wasn't just gonna give it up that easily. And it was a lot of fun. Everyone was socially distancing, and everyone was wearing their face masks and everything. It was a very well organized event.
Kevin's teammate said he was a gentle soul that was tough as nails, and the 10K plus is more like a 12K, and it has 22% grade hills in it. So you definitely are tough as nails if you finish that. And Ken kicked butt. You did awesome.
And that's saying a lot for Ken to call it a tough course, because I know you also run marathons, and I'm not a runner, so I have deep admiration for folks that get out there and plow through that. So thanks for being there.
Be sure that there is a place for everyone to participate. However, don't be intimidated. There's a 2 mile, and
I'll stay on my bike.
Everyone can be part of it.
Very good. Thank you. Up next, we had some folks in our club got caught in the act of service above self. So Craig sent me this picture, so I know Craig must have been there too. But that looks to me like AJ and Nick up there messing with our greenhouse that we framed up last spring. AJ or Nick, you want to tell us a little bit about what you were up to there? I think you were preparing it for more work for us.
Yeah, we wanted to get the roof work done because it required ladders and coordination, and you can only put a panel at a time because it's got to like follow this certain pattern to get it across and have it overlap a certain way. But that part is done, and actually I will get a sign up genius going out, and hopefully next weekend we can get a small group to put up the sides for this greenhouse, and then maybe look into some shelving on the inside. But all it takes is a cordless drill and a quarter size socket, because that's what all the screws are using. And so if you have one of those, get it charged up, and hopefully we'll see you out next weekend.
Awesome. Thank you for that. That's yet another opportunity for us to do things outdoors safely, and it's a great project, and we've got more coming on that. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Thanks for getting it ready for us. Howard, I know you're on the call. I have a special recognition for Howard. These are some photos of the schoolwork we're doing in the Swat Valley, and when Howard told me what he'd done, I was just about in tears of just joy and appreciation. Our World Community Service Committee this year had $2,000 available for this, in large part because Howard offered a triple matching fund to inspire the committee to grant that money to the project. And so all in all, Howard matched that $2,000 with another $6,000. And we're sending $8,000 to the next phase of that school project. Howard, would you like to say a few words about what we're doing? And good gosh, thank you so much for such generosity.
Yes, my wife and I have been saving all our lives to put ourselves in a position where we can make contributions like this. And it's such a great bunch of projects. As many of you know, there's absolutely no administrative costs here. The labor is done by the villagers on a volunteer basis. The land is contributed by the villagers. Each of these schools is serving several hundred kids. Basically, all the children in each of these villages, and half of them are girls. This is not just boys attending school without the girls being at home. So it's just a wonderful bunch of projects, and I can't thank our club enough for doing this. It's also very gratifying to be helping people with a different culture, a Muslim culture. I spent a year in Malaysia among Muslims and felt very welcome and comfortable. Thanks to the club for all you're doing in supporting these school projects.
Well, Howard, thank you for providing the generous and enthusiastic inspiration for our club to stay involved in this. You know, the quote I put in there, "In service to people we may never meet," that's exemplary of that, and also fits right in with our concerted efforts as a club to expand our diversity, equity, and inclusion, not just in our own community, but worldwide. So thank you very much for your service and contributions, Howard. I have another recognition. This one goes out to Nick Torres, who we had a great conversation over the last couple of weeks, and we brought that idea to the board that we had in service. And so the board of directors has been grateful and happy to appoint Nick Torres as our new director under the Youth Activities Avenue of Service. And Nick, you know, we know you're already doing so much and appreciate that. And so part of the conversation that Nick and I had was that he did agree it's time to start mentoring folks into the larger part of the role that he does, leading our Sergeant at Arms committee. So look for open opportunities there. It's not that Nick is ready or wanting to get out of that, but there are opportunities to help understand what all he does and develop yourself into another role in the club. Nick, do you have any thoughts on joining the board here? Maybe I didn't quite make the connection, but there he is.
Yeah, I got it. So no, I mean, it's kind of along the lines of what I'm doing already. So I think that I'm involved with a lot of committees that are part of that avenue. So I think it's a good fit for me, and I appreciate the opportunity.
Thanks for coming on board. Nick, I know it's early in the meeting, so we can come back to this if we need to, but do we happen to have a raffle available yet?
Yeah, we do.
Great, let's do it.
All right. Thank you for everybody who participated. Let me shuffle up the names real quick. All right. So let's get to going. All right, so we have Lisa as the first winner. And again, the pot is $80 if you get the blue ball, and $5, I'll send that to you through Venmo. And I have one more. And Craig. Both Lisa and Craig participate pretty much every week. So this is getting their money back. All right, $5. So we still have a lot of balls in here. So we will end up probably building up a lot more money before we get it. Hopefully we'll be able to get it around the time we have another Final Friday. And you can have extra money to spend. Thank you guys for participating.
Thank you, Nick. Next, I have a special I don't just being in. We have a Rotary, and so without further ado, I'll let you know why Jessica, Brandy, Tom, Howard, and Matt are now multi-Paul Harris fellows. And I do have pins for all of you. Jessica is a +3 now. Brandy's a +3. Tom's a +3. Howard's a +4. And Matt, I don't know that I saw you on the call here. Are you here, Matt? Not this morning? Well, you know, Matt's out having fun doing other things he likes to spend money on, but +8, oh my gosh. Wow. So for those on the call that don't know yet, because we do have some a guest and a newer member, the Paul Harris Fellowship is a contribution to the Rotary Foundation in $1,000 amount, and that can be over time. So, you know, it may be that you choose to put in $10 a month or $100 every other month or whatever you choose. This is a long-term commitment to funding the Rotary Foundation that helps the entire organization beyond our club. And in some ways, as you'll see in a moment, our club itself fund the activities that we do worldwide. Of course, ending polio is one of the major projects, but every other avenue of Rotary service in some part is touched by the Rotary Foundation. And so each time a member contributes another $1,000 to the foundation. The first Paul Harris is a Paul Harris Fellowship, and the second is a +2, and the third, and so on. So each of those pluses is another $1,000 toward the Rotary Foundation to do good in the world. Thank you, Jessica, Brandy, Tom, Howard, and Matt. If any of you have any words to share about what inspires you to contribute, we'd love to hear from you. Jessica and Brandy, I know I saw you on the call. Any thoughts about the Rotary Foundation and why you contribute?
You know, for me, I was a Peace Corps volunteer in West Africa, and I saw the impacts of polio firsthand. And I'm just really proud to be part of an organization that is getting rid of that disease, and that we're down to just a couple of countries left. And that's really inspiring. And so that's a big motivator for me.
Keeping it going. Thank you. Speaking of things that the Rotary Foundation funds, AJ in particular has done quite a bit of work for the Community Service Committee this year in organizing a district grant application. And AJ, you want to share the good news here?
Yeah, we in this past week were notified that this grant was approved. So excited that in the spring we'll have an exciting project. And I want to give an honorable mention to Romy, because she's definitely helped me with reaching out to Lonnie, helped with the grant application, and huge thank you to this club to make this happen for Peninsula Union School. So thank you.
That's fantastic. And you know, over the years, we've done so much at the school, out of Peninsula Union, starting with those garden beds that we have put together, and the greenhouse that is well underway and nearing completion. And then, of course, all that needs water. And what better than to catch it from the sky and not just let it run away into the sand there. So, you know, it's a win-win, because eventually that water, of course, goes back where it was headed anyway, but we use it for a different purpose in between. So I'm really excited for this project. And AJ and Romy and anybody else who touched it, thank you so much for getting us a well-written, excellent, competent proposal that was grant worthy. So thank you. And this is one of the ways that the Rotary Foundation does come back to our club and our community. So thank you for all your work on that. Also, speaking of the Rotary Foundation, before I prepared this slide, and then after I set it up, I received a letter directly from our Polio Plus Committee Chair at Rotary International, Mike McGovern. And I'd like to share a few excerpts from that, because that is also part of the Rotary Foundation funding work. And this has to do with our polio efforts in Afghanistan. As the sun rose on the 1st of January this year, we were all worried about what this new year would bring. So far this year, we've only had 2 cases of wild polio virus in the world. That's down from 79 at that time last year. We are closing in. However, polio news is especially bad in Afghanistan at this time. Next week, the health minister gave hints of corruption on non-polio matters. UNICEF and the government of Afghanistan ordered UNICEF polio to leave the country relating to a verbal spat that occurred at the president's office. However, in March and June, there were coordinated attacks on polio workers and their security teams, leaving 8 families lost of their loved ones. The Taliban denied responsibility for these attacks, and it appeared the attacks were tied to elements in ISIS, or as they're known now, ISIL. We noted that some of the areas of the country had been subject to over 30 months of bans on house-to-house polio vaccinations. While all this was going on, other activities occurring, which have mostly been unreported. In January, regional directors of the World Health Organization and UNICEF met with the Taliban in an office in Doha, Qatar, to discuss polio vaccinations and COVID response. Well, the house-to-house polio vaccinations were not agreed to. 7 other senior members of Taliban leadership indicated support for other measures to provide vaccination activities. After the fall of the Afghanistan government in mid-August, the new leadership has agreed to keep on the acting health minister, who has been effective in writing the program since February. Taliban leaders have visited the national and regional polio offices and pledged their support for the polio eradication program. On the 23rd of August, a Rotary-sponsored roadside vaccination hub provided vaccinations to children under 5, with local Taliban providing the needed security. Rotary has just 35 members in Afghanistan. They inspire all of us daily with their courage and perseverance. The polio program has always been politically neutral in every country we serve. Rotary and our partners work with leaders who are in charge, whoever they may be. We now work with new leaders in Afghanistan. Rotary funds the World Health Organization and UNICEF. We do not send any funds to the governments nor groups other than those 2. We monitor spending they do on our behalf very closely. We have never been closer to reaching eradication of polio in Afghanistan. We will continue to work with Afghan people, our partners, to finish what we began 35 years ago. It's a tenuous time. However, because of Rotary's non-political, non-religious foundation and action, we are able to still be there. So everything we do in the Rotary Foundation is carefully monitored financially. The partners we choose to work with are very carefully selected and monitored. But you never know in the end who's going to help us get it done. So with an open mind and an open heart, let's hope that the new folks in charge keep their promises. And the world is watching and hoping that this goes the right way. So there is hope. Keep the faith. With that, I'd like to move on to our joyful celebration of the Rotary Foundation that we do each month in our club. We have a auction that we do in our club where each month of the year a member is assigned to bring and donate something, and then we all get a chance to purchase that, and the funds in the end go to the Rotary Foundation. And I don't know who said this, I remember it from my early days in Rotary. At this auction, it's a selfless donation first. What you take home is just sweet frosting on the Rotary Foundation cake. So remember that, you're not just making a purchase. Yeah, you get to take something home that's really fun and cool, but in the end, consider it a donation. So as we get into the auction here, remember, it's not the value of the product, it's the value of what the money does. First up, I know, Michael, you have to step out early, so we're going to do a few items that you donated first. Michael has donated 4 photos of where some of our local rivers meet the ocean. And Michael wanted to ask that if a few people want to pipe up here and just take a guess at where each of these are. I'm sorry, my photos kind of poor quality, but I'm sure the photos themselves on the printed canvas are great. Any guesses where some of those might be? I recognize one. Michael, you want to fill us in here? Where are these 4 rivers you want to see? I think the lower right or lower left corner is the at Moonstone. That would be, is that correct? I'm not sure we got Michael on the call. There he is. Michael, you're muted. There you go.
Lower right is Redwood Creek. Upper right is Klamath River.
Very good. So we'd like to open the bidding on this package of 4 photos of our local rivers meeting the sea. I'd like to start that bidding at, let's say, $75. And I do have helpers here on the call watching for bids. Please help me out because I can't see everybody.
Ian, someone's got to have $75 out there. These are amazing pictures.
So is it 75?
Lori for 75. Lori for 75. Do we have 85?
Point of order, Ian, point of order, just to be a pain in the ass.
Please.
Because I'm with my family and that's all we've been doing. You have an auctioneer online here to help you out. You can delegate this job. And
I mean, I can go take a nap. That's cool with me.
No. And second of all, is this for all 4 of them together, or is that how they're being sold? Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I think they're a very nice grouping. Okay, Amanda, I'm so sorry for getting out of order.
No, you can jump in. We don't have Brandon anyway, so.
Take it away, take it away.
And sometimes if we keep talking, people bid because we're at 85 already. With Sarah. Do we have 95 out there with anyone?
You've got 90 now.
Creeping up. 90 going once, twice, 95. Sarah, you guys are just like creeping it up, like stringing us along here. 95 going once.
You got 100. Come on, somebody. 110. You guys, doing it incrementally is fine, but you're going to end up spending more than you just had done a really audacious bid to begin.
It's true. It's true. Once in a lifetime experience opportunity here.
Lori or Sarah, you could end this.
Got it. 110. Amanda, we got 110.
Twice 110. I'm gonna sell it.
Right on.
Sarah for 110.
Thank you very much, Sarah. And thank you, Michael, for that donation. Up next, also for Michael, because again, he has to get out of the door. Michael, we have this local gifts basket from Blue Lake Casino. It includes a $200 gift certificate. Michael, is that good for pretty much anything out there at the casino, including the restaurant?
I was told it's probably casino money, but okay. I'm not exactly certain. It's got a lot of stuff in it.
I can see kind of reading it through the crinkle wrap there. It says Alice Steak and Sushi Certificate, Casino Play, Casino Items. So you never know. Might be able to get just about anything over there. And of course, we've got some dark Humboldt chocolate and some accessories and some Humboldt hot sauce grilling rubs. So that's a pretty nice basket. Why don't we start this one at 100? It's a $220 value.
I see the word steak on that, so I think you could definitely get steak with that card, regardless of what the intentions are. We got 120 from Dick. This is a steal.
Since when did we start bidding for a gift certificate under the price of the gift, under the cost of the gift certificate? Come on now, seriously.
She is right on this one.
Dick's got a deal.
It's like, sweet. Do we have an outbid for Dick? Maybe all the way jump to 200, the value? Anyone? Bueller? This is a pretty sweet, if you get out there, you can have a night at the casino. Oh,
I say you set this one aside. I don't think we can let it go for 120. Sorry, I don't think we can.
Boss?
No, I'll give Maggie the past.
I'm sorry. I'm Ian, just so you know, I've stepped in to do Brandon's role and to help Amanda out. And yeah, okay, now we got to bid for 200. There we go. Thank you, Claire.
Brandon would have just bid. But but we convinced Claire
That's
into
right.
the
Oh, yeah,
200
I'm
rule.
supposed to bid for Brandon. I would have bid 200, but Claire's got it now. Claire bid 200.
Thank you, Claire. Now we're back on track.
All right, 200 to Claire going once, twice. I'm gonna sell it to Claire for a steal. It's like
Still a
$2 gift
steal.
card
Very
and
much, Claire.
bonus.
Thank you. And Maggie, I got your message.
Okay.
I'll stand down. Here we go, Amanda.
No, you're doing great. You can
Next
describe them though. Yeah.
You want me to describe them? I'd be happy to.
Yeah.
So these are from and by our Rotarian, Michael, and he wrote these books. And, I thought that it would be nice to pair this with a little grilling activity because there's nothing better than being outdoors reading. And so, Michael, tell us just a little bit about these books that you wrote.
The one on the far right is my first set of interviews with a gentleman that was an Irish immigrant, World War I vet, also spent 1905 to 1906 in the Philippines. My opinion of the gentleman is he's a real life Forrest Gump. He just happened to be at the right place at the right time throughout his life and has some incredible stories that he shared. The other two, volume 1, Veterans Voices, are mostly gentlemen, veterans, World War II, including my father from Southern California. And volume 2, Veterans Voices, is veterans who are up here in the Humboldt area. In fact, one gentleman, Brandy knows really well, lives in the hills above the college and is 98 years old and still kicking. The grill set, those are large, and it's in a nice zippered bag, and they're really, really nice barbecue grill stuff.
Thank you, Michael. And with Maggie's admonition, I will not be the one to start the setting price.
What do you think our setting price is, or Maggie? Where should we start this one? 50. We're starting it at 50. Maggie is bidding 50. I think that's a 50 bid. Jeff's gonna outbid her by 200. There you go, Maggie. You're safe. Do we have a bid past Jeff? 200. It's pretty good deal. Bid there. 200 going once, twice. I'm gonna sell it. Thank you so much, Mike and Jeff.
Thank you very much. Next, from Tomas, would you like to tell us a little bit about this basket, Tomas?
Yeah, sure. So Six Rivers Brewery has really been amazing through this COVID pandemic. They have set up a whole section of their restaurant with local wares from other, obviously local businesses in the area. And so we've been supporting them quite a bit. I just moved and I live really close to them, so I probably support them a little too much. But anyways, thought it was a great thing to go in there. We got $75 in gift certificates to the restaurant or bar itself. So nice dinner there. They have some great food. They're famous for their fried chicken on Tuesday nights. A bottle of the Humboldt vodka. And then again, this is all sold in their little local wares section. And then these mugs, they're really neat mugs. It's 15-ounce ceramic mug. It's microwave and dishwasher safe. It's it's sold by Pen and Pine. It's I Love Humboldt mug. So these are really cool. It has a little scene of everything Humboldt, from redwood trees to oysters to the Mattakit. You name it. It's kind of a neat local thing. And then one of those really great new hats that are coming out that all have local scenes. This one's called Cove, and it's cloud fit. It's like the most comfortable hat ever. I ran and got myself one after I got this one. And it all is going to come in a McKinleyville Animal Care Center reusable grocery shopping bag. And yeah, so just supporting local, and encourage everyone to go check out the brewery if you haven't recently.
This is a red one. I love those little pen.
The organic version of the vodka.
It looks like Lori.
Lori loved,
Lori
but I don't know
loves them
if
the most.
sometimes Joyce comes in for those late bids, so we should give her just a second. Someone wants to bid Lori out.
Yeah,
No?
I don't know. When Lori wants something, she
That is
often
also
gets
true,
it.
but the same can be said for Joyce.
For Joyce, that's true. That's true too.
I'm gonna go going once. 150 to Lori. Oh, just holding out. See what's later. Twice to Lori. I'm gonna sell to Lori.
Great.
Thank you, Tom. Lori. Up
Wow.
next,
Whoa.
right?
Hey, Ed, what do you got
Ed,
here,
tell us
Ed?
about what's going on here. And you know, I'm not okay with it not including the cute dog. That's a cute dog.
Do we have it?
Are you connected, Ed?
Sure, I'm here. Sorry about that. Basically, it's the way to get away from everything. Jump off to Margaritaville with a tasty drink from the Essential Book of Boat Drinks, the Jose Cuervo Gold, Jose Cuervo Silver, triple sec to add some sweetness, $30 Murphy's gift card, because it's going to be things you need, like some fresh limes. If you want a really good tequila for a margarita, I learned that something really great for that is Don Julio 1942 Reserve Tequila Blanco. There's the Margaritaville, the cookbook, because you've got to have food. And then the colorful salt and pepper holder from the Parrot Head to hold everything together for you.
From the Parrot Head? What does that mean? Is it
It's a parrot. It's a parrot. It's a parrot,
Oh.
AKA Margaritaville, who holds two shakers for you, one with that salt shaker that you were missing.
Got it. So a themed table topper to go with all this at the end of the day. So you said $185 value. Maggie, you think we should start this at 180?
I'm not starting it. Last time I said anything, it was my bid. Somebody else going to start at 185.
So close. Well, let's see. We started at 200. There we go.
Jose is not a friend of mine. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, you're hanging out for whiskey.
You can be talking with the parrot.
Exactly. There's a friend here. All right. Well, we got 200 from Joyce. Do we have anyone who's going to bid her out here? There's 220. There we go.
Hey, Bob.
Seeing 3 bottles of tequila in this, and the triple sec. 225. I'm curious. Is there any really good boat drinks that you found? What is a boat drink? Like what is in a book of boat drinks?
So I haven't read it, but if you've heard the song, it's all about alcohol to enjoy while you are sailing, or before sailing, after sailing, or with a margarita.
I get really seasick, so I try not to drink cocktails while sailing. I've learned that lesson a couple of times.
To be full sail.
That's probably wise advice.
But when you're not moving. All right, we got 225 to Bob. Going once, twice. All right, sold.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you, Ed. Brandy, I know that earlier you were having audio trouble connecting to the call. Are you able?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I hear you.
Yay. So August came up pretty fast and I haven't been able to finish making my jams and jellies. So that's why there's some empty ones saying jam or jelly to be. I'm going to be making some quince jelly, possibly some apple jelly, and a new recipe for jam. So that's what I am offering for this month's Final Friday.
I was going to say, I feel like I've heard good things about literally anything you've ever preserved. I think I've heard good things about. Delicious. This is almost like the jam or jelly of the month, right? So you've got like this month you're going to get plum jam, next month you're going to get something special, so it'll kind of ease out.
And
That's a great idea.
And the sourcing of all of the fruits are local, so they're not even store-bought.
Wow. So you got a bit of 100 there from Joyce.
Already at 100. Is anyone going to outbid Joyce for delicious seasonal jams and 121? Oh, Jeff, you're going to have to do better than that. That one. There we go.
130.
130.
140.
140.
Oh, we got a bidding war here going.
We can just sit back and let these bids rise.
Right.
It's a sweet deal, literally.
Or maybe I'm wondering, what about Brandy? Would you be able to double it if we have two people go and sell for $150? Could you do 2 sets?
I have to see if the plum has already been gifted. I have one that's set aside for the final Friday. If I have another one, absolutely, I can do that. Or I can do a substitution for the plum with something else.
What do you guys think? What do we have? We have Joyce and Dick, and they're, Dick, do you want to go up $50 and you and Joyce both get a set? Yep.
All right. That's a yes.
All right.
That's what they
Dick and Joyce.
For $150.
Fantastic. Thank you for that on the fly doubling of your offer there, Brandy. That's very generous. Up next, guess what? More tequila. Jamie, are you on the call this morning?
Yeah.
Awesome.
This is wandering the aisles aimlessly at Carl Johnson's.
Another local shopping excursion. Thank you. So it looks like we have quite the assortment here. I saw that and I just had to call it the basket of wonders.
You've got
I wonder how you got all that in the
shakers.
basket.
Yeah, you've got shakers, glasses, reposado. I haven't tried this one, but reposado is one of my favorites. You've got another in there, I think a Patron, and just random snacks and things. You can just grab the basket and be all set to go.
This one includes food. I see that.
Yeah.
I think we should start it at 200.
I think so too. This is a pretty serious margarita experience.
Mm-hmm.
This is why we meet in the mornings.
You see us, Hyder. You see us.
Sadly.
Is that a bid, Hyder?
Help us with our problem, Hyder.
That's Joyce at 200. There we go.
Joyce sees the hat. So
That's right. Mamacita. There you go.
My employees tried to steal that hat, so it is a cool hat.
It is a cool hat.
We got 220 now from Jeff.
We're climbing up there.
I don't know, Joyce. You gonna let Jeff have this?
Looks like it. 220. Going once. Does the plant come with it?
No.
Sorry.
The plant's like the dog. You can't have the background setting.
Yeah, that's for the background. I think that dog needs to talk to his agent, see what he's getting paid to be the background.
I think so too. All right, I think we're
dog exploitation.
Dog and plant exploitation.
Yeah.
All right, I think we are sold to Jeff.
Woo.
Thank you, Jeff. Speaking of Jeff, tell us about this next item. And I promised folks, it's not actually cut in half. I just had to fit a couple pictures in there to get the whole thing in.
It was really hard to fit in my truck. No. Yeah, it's 11 foot, so board, so difficult to get in one picture. Anyway, this is a stand-up paddle board. It comes with a backpack, a pump, because it's inflatable, so that it can fit in the pack, and it also comes with paddle. The fin is retractable, and I bought this at Pacific Outfitters out in Eureka. It's about a $500 value, but it doesn't mean that if you want something else, we could take this back and get something else. So there's lots of stuff there. So anyway, we can start the bid there.
Yeah, it has a lot of stuff. This is a cool board though, and also there's the relevant class included there that's from Alderon Laird, who's probably the only person that has circled the entirety of the shoreline of Humboldt Bay and knows sea level rise. So there's a HSU Extension class included with this gift of Jeff's, and hopefully, anybody should be able to find $500 value at Pacific Outfitters if this particular item isn't your thing.
Do we have a $500 bid for this one? Awesome. Starting tour of the bay with your stand-up paddleboard, your new habit, or something you've been thinking about.
And this is a tour device that will only have more territory in the future, I'm told by Alderon.
Perfect. It's going to be a lot of like marshland too coming up.
Yep, intertidal marshland.
I don't know, if we get to that point, I'm probably not gonna wanna be wandering around in our world on a paddle boat. I might want something.
I mean,
Maybe
you might
exactly
have
what
to,
you
Maggie.
need.
This might be your option.
That's right, yeah.
You know, no more biking down the street. It's going to be paddleboarding down the street.
That's right.
There you go.
We're painting a rosy picture of the future here. But no one's
Hanging out
biting.
with my 20-something nieces and nephew, they have a very non-rosy view of the world right now.
And Pack Outfitters sells everything from bikes to clothing to outdoor gear
Awesome.
to shoes to everything.
Life
So really,
jackets, bikes.
Are we all tapped out this morning? Maybe we've already gotten all the stuff, maybe.
if we have to, Jeff, is it okay if we hold this one till next month? I think it's a significant value, what you're offering there.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
absolutely.
can hold it. There's tons of different options that we can do. So yeah, not a problem.
Okay. Okay. Thanks, everybody. I guess everybody spent their money on the alcohol. Yeah, Pack Out also has diving equipment. Brandy knows. Tell you what, we're going to go to our next item. We'll come back to this just for a quick check. If we don't do it, we'll bring it to our next meeting when people have a chance to think about it. This one's from Nick, as if we didn't get enough yet this morning. This one's a little longer term offer. Nick, tell us about this.
Okay, so I wasn't sure what to get, so I ended up thinking, let's get a whiskey subscription for a year. I thought it would be great. I checked it out, and it turns out that this one I settled for because they do other than whiskey as well. So I didn't want to alienate those who prefer gin or whatever. So this is a 1-year subscription that you get every quarter. You will get a full bottle of whatever you want. And then you could also select a theme box. You'll get 3 little containers. You can see the pictures there. You'll get 3 little samplers that you could try. They come with notes that talk about the distillery and what you're drinking. I will set this up in your name. It'll get delivered to you, free shipping. And then you can buy whatever you want from their catalog as well, in case you see that you want multiples. So you'll get total 4 of those sample boxes and 4 full bottles as part of your membership for the year.
Wow.
So this is like a whole drinking experience here. This is a new way to experience things.
Yeah, exactly. So you'll be able to find new things that you maybe didn't know if you wanted. And, you know, you only have to drink just 1.5 ounces of it if you like it or you don't. And then you can choose to buy the whole bottle if you'd like.
Or give it to your friend.
Or give it to your friends. That's right. Or drink it with your friends, especially
drink it with your
you can't always go to the bars. So this is a good chance to drink at home.
It's a good chance. There's never been a better chance to drink at home. Hey, Nick, do you get to pick what the full, oh, it is a full, the big bottle is your choice every time. So that's cool. That's cool.
Very cool. Well, do we have 300 out there? You said $300 value drinking. This is the whole subscription, you know, experience type thing. Yeah, there we go. AJ's imagining himself choosing these things.
Yeah.
Not only do you get to try it, you get to choose it, which I imagine they have a pretty interesting selection. Nick, do you know? They have a pretty expansive.
Yeah, there's like 20,000 different types of bottles that they have. A lot of them are kind of exclusive, so there's a ton of them.
So you're going to spend an entire 3 months choosing what you're going to get.
Yeah, probably.
The anticipation is half the fun, right?
Yeah.
Okay, 49% of the fun.
Depends on what you get and if you like it.
That's right. That's right.
Well, 300 to AJ. Do we have a bid out? Going once?
Oh,
Twice?
I'll add some money to AJ's if he'll invite me over to drink it.
AJ, do you accept that?
He's like, no. Just once, just one time, just one time. So
how much you
not all
have
4
there?
quarters.
So
Oh,
now
yeah,
it's an
50 bucks.
experience. We're also going to auction off the tasting with AJ. So
Oh, okay.
every 3
Well, I'll wait
months,
to bid
someone
on-
gets.
I'll wait to bid on that. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, where are we at, Amanda?
I think we're at 300 plus whatever Maggie's going to throw in to add to the experience.
Okay,
If anyone else
seriously, I'll throw in $50.
sounds like $50. So we're at 350. If anyone wants to jump in on one of the other cycles, you know, put yourself in out there. Otherwise. All right, I think we're at 350. Going once. Oh, that's a big offer. Going twice. All right, we're selling it to Maggie and AJ.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, AJ.
Real quick, just in case somebody thought twice about that and wanted to come back, any takers here? Otherwise, it's no problem. We'll hold it for next month. We'll get it out to the whole club ahead of time. All right, looks like we're holding for next month. Thank you, Jeff. That's a great offer, and I know that we'll get the value out of it at the next auction. I'd like to wrap up today with a closing thought. From my perspective, this has to do with Youth Exchange. Hyder, there's a nod to you. It has to do with what's going on in Afghanistan. And so invite strangers home. They become your family all over the world. With that, thank you, Rotarians. Thank you for your service to each other and our communities that we serve here and abroad. Have a great day.